Why are you giving this asshole the right to go wherever you want?
He's a fascist, just like all fucking cops.
Why are you letting this fascist do whatever he wants?
Listen to me. You need to listen because it's starting to get a little out of control.
So here we got the rally to have Scott Morrison sacked for his mishandling of the bushfires. Unfortunately, though.
I'm asking you all to move off to the right, please. You
Come
stand
over.
inside. Get off to the side.
Sorry?
Can you hop off to the side of the road, please?
Yeah, that's okay.
All of you move off to the right to the footpath. Thank
Yep.
you.
That's all right. So we've got here they're calling for ScoMo to be sacked. Hey, young guys, you all right?
Off to the side, thanks. I'll speak to you over here.
What seems to be the matter?
Right off the road. I'm asking you to step over here, thanks.
Okay.
I'll talk to you. All of you over here, thanks.
That's okay.
Right off. Right, you're obviously here to agitate, and I'm concerned about a breach of the peace, so I'm asking you to remain here and not to interfere in the demonstration.
Sorry.
All right, I'm not going to discuss it further for you.
No.
You've given the direction to remain here and stay
Under what legislation? Can you just stay out of it?
I'm not discussing any further.
Well, you kind of you kind of need to. I'm sorry.
Direction.
Under which section?
Hey, I don't have to give you section. I'm breaching the peace.
No, under breach of the peace section. Let's read it. I've got it in my back pocket. My lawyer's given it to me here today. So let's read it. Let's read it so that there's no misunderstanding. For speaking, the direction to move on under section 6 of the Act. If you're speaking or otherwise behaving in a way that is apparently intended to publicise a person's view about a particular issue, you have every right, and they cannot and will not move me on. How you going, son? You all right?
How are you?
Tell me, are you here for the rally?
I just thought it's a nice day. Come out here.
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, so you want ScoMo to be sacked?
Who's that?
Don't you feel bad taking the police off the front line of the bushfires?
Our concerns around this particular protest is around the timeliness of it and the resource drain that it's going to have on Victoria Police as we try to support our emergency services colleagues and those fire-ravaged communities to the east and the north of the state.
No police actually being taken off the front lines. They have sufficient resources, right?
This guy's a troll. He's just a troll.
So we are frustrated by this protest timing, and we are also frustrated by I guess the lack of flexibility by the protest organisers to work with us in trying to find a more suitable time.
Is the bushfires a catastrophe from climate change, I'm assuming?
Quite literally, yes.
Do you think it caused the bushfires?
Yeah, of course, man. It's 16 degrees and raining in the middle of summer.
That's global warming.
Seriously.
The bushfires have been exacerbated by climate change, which is an anthropogenic, human-caused catastrophe, yeah? Our CO2 emissions have been making the globe warmer.
All of you here are claiming that the bushfires are due to climate change when there are 3 factors that you don't even know anything about.
What are the 3 factors?
So the Indian Ocean dipole, which actually the last time it happened was in 2009 before the last catastrophic bushfires in Victoria.
Have respect for what's actually fucking going, the facts.
Do you know what the
Scientific facts?
Do you know what the Indian Ocean dipole is?
No, I don't.
You don't know what the Indian Ocean dipole is, and you're blaming climate change. Yeah, the Indian Ocean dipole at the moment this year. Do you know what that is?
I'm pretty sure I've heard of it before, yeah.
Yeah, you have heard of it. Do you know what it did?
Talk about science, mate. People who don't know science.
Okay, so we're not going. They don't want us to talk about science to people who don't know about science. You think bushfire is caused by climate change, but you don't know what the Indian Ocean dipole is?
No, I don't. What is it?
So basically, it's a natural phenomenon that happens every so often, which causes the drought, causes the drying of it causes the heat.
I know what you're talking about in terms of something that happens cyclically.
You know when the last time it happened was?
When?
2009. Remember the bushfires?
Okay.
Right before then was the last time.
So
don't you find that weird?
All I'm going to say to you is you're a concerned troll. That's it. You're a grifter. You're nothing. Nobody wants to.
Are you going to answer the questions or not?
No, because all I know is you're a fucking grifter.
Do you reckon Greens policies should take any responsibility for the bushfires this year?
What Greens policies would be responsible for?
In regarding to specifically hazard reductions, when they try to clear their properties, they're not allowed to because of policies that come from Greens or green people that are affiliated to these groups. Why? Because it's protecting habitats, protecting trees, instead of human life. Do you not think that they should take as much responsibility at least to climate change, especially when there's more proof?
I don't think that would take as much responsibility to climate change.
Why? What evidence do you have to prove that? One piece of evidence.
One piece. Well, as I said, I'm not going to talk about summarising.
You're telling me
There's a red herring. It has nothing to do with it. That's entirely a red herring.
So you're telling me the hazard reduction, do you know what the fuel load does?
I know what fuel load is, and like, as I said, it probably is a...
Do you know what happens when you stop people from making fire breaks on their property? What happens?
But like, you can't just have any person just going and saying, oh, I'm going to light a fire and making a fire break.
Do you know how to make a fire break? Do you know how to...
That's why I wouldn't be trying to do that.
Okay, so let me tell you, you don't even need fire. It is literally, you can use a bulldozer, but they're not allowed
fire breaks. I'm sure everyone wants...
Like, you're not allowed to go over your property and...
You're not allowed to do it on your property. You know what stops them from using a bulldozer?
What?
It's protected trees. You know who protects those trees?
Who?
I don't know, you probably have a good...
Because you're asking me.
The Greens, who else?
I don't really believe this whole land clearing thing anyway.
There's 200 arsonists.
Do you seriously believe that all these fires was... Yeah,
No.
well, what's your fucking question?
50% of them are. How about them? They're pretty bad, aren't they? Yes? The arsonists? Can we agree there are arsonists?
Yeah, I'm sure there's arsonists.
The 200 people are facing court for that. What do you think about the arsonists?
Oh, I think that's just, I think that's a whole bunch of hype and it's not real. Like, climate change is to blame. I think that it's misinformation being spread for a different political
So you think
agenda.
200 people arrested for arson is a hype, but climate change isn't?
I think climate change is real, man.
I have an idea. How about we get a bunch of the arsonists to legally change their name to climate change, and then we can all agree that climate change is responsible for the bushfires.
Are you saying that climate change doesn't exist?
No, climate change does exist. That's fine.
So it exists, and does it...
The climate's been changing for millions of years, brother. First name climate, last name change. Can you do that? Why not? And then we can all agree climate change is responsible for the fires. What do you reckon?
I think that's a good idea.
Legally change their name to climate change, and then we can all agree that climate change was responsible for these bushfires. What do you reckon? Good or no good?
ScoMo's got to go?
ScoMo's got to go?
He's got to go.
Do you know what happens if ScoMo goes?
Get someone else in.
Who comes in, do you know?
Yeah, there's a name, I heard someone before the other day. He's out helping already. I've forgotten his name.
His name's Peter Dutton.
No, I don't know if he was in.
That's who takes over.
No, they're going to get someone else. I don't know.
So the irony of this thing it just keeps growing, the irony here. You've got a fire truck here, obviously there's an incident here. You've got a fire truck on the other side. The thing physically blocking fire trucks from doing their job in Melbourne CBD right now are the climate change protesters who claim to be standing for the victims of these horrific bushfires. Why are you using the bushfires to push this radical agenda? Why?
I'm not. I'm just coming here to support people that think maybe governments should be paying attention. If you believe in climate change, then it's a potential serious issue. And we're all saying that government should pay attention to this issue.
But why now? Why today?
We did it last week. We've done it for years. People have been doing it for years.
But the name of this rally is to sack ScoMo for his mishandling of the bushfire.
Yes, because he has mishandled the bushfires.
How you going? How you doing? Enjoying the weather? The global warming.
Tell you what,
is it getting you?
I don't know, we are from Singapore.
You're from Singapore? Alright, brother. I love you too.
You're a charmless fuckwit. You're a charmless fuckwit. Who is this clown?
There's consensus. There's vast consensus on it.
But it's theory. Can we?
A theory that just so happens to have fit.
Okay.
The model just so happens to have fit.
Theory,
but I'm not
arguing. Just say, oh, it's debatable.
It is debatable.
There's not a lot of debate about it.
But there is.
Nice to be out here, isn't it? So refreshing.
Power to the people. The people that care so much about the bushfire victims have brought the entire Victoria Police here to the city while they can be helping the people, the bushfire, the victims that they claim to stand for. Don't you feel guilty about bringing the police from the front line to here? Don't you feel guilty about that?
Do you not feel guilty, feel that they're actually needed? Do you think it's that violent?
They weren't on the front line, you fucking clown.
Really? So you're saying that all the police here, the ones that came down from Gippsland...
They were the ones who arrested you.
It's a very, very peaceful protest. Yeah.
Oh, where you been,
Everyone remembers how brave this one is.
Fuck off, mate. Get the fuck out of here.
Make me. Hang on, we won't be doing that. You'll make me? Come on.
No,
Come on. Make me.
You are.
Come on, bro. Oh, yeah.
Nice journalisming.
Yeah.
What do you call it, fuckwit?
Do you have a job? Do you have a job?
Don't talk to this one, mate.
Didn't think so. My mere presence is such a trigger point. Imagine this. They're doing this all for the victims of the bushfires. Could you imagine? They care so much. Don't put your hand on me, son.
I didn't touch you.
Don't put.
I didn't touch you deliberately.
You didn't touch me deliberately, or you didn't touch me? Why do you think they want to run you over? Why do you think they want to run you over?
Get away from you, fucker.
That's why they almost ran you over. Don't fucking touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch things, bro. Don't touch. Don't.
I know you love violence, mate.
You're a cunt.
I'm a person of colour, and this is real.
You're a cockhead.
But do people of colour only matter if they agree with your political worldviews?
What are you going to do?
It's simple. None of these guys actually know the science. The irony is today, the weather, the rains come out as usual when they talk about global warming. It seems to cool down. I don't know what the weather's trying to, I don't know what the climate's trying to tell these people. The climate seems to be telling them they should have a shower. One thing we can agree on is if...
Why are you giving this asshole the right to go wherever he wants? He's a fascist. He's a fascist. Fucking cops. Why are you letting this fascist do whatever he wants?
Look at that. These Victorian police are here. Victorian police from they're being pulled off the front line of the emergency bushfires. Yeah, there you go, mate.
Enough. You're not following this, are you? Hey, go away. Go away. Enough now. So you can go back that way. You're not following that way. No. So off the road.
On
Harvey, you're not breaching the peace. Go.
Okay, so I know you've done this to me a few times, and with all due respect, I appreciate your job. I appreciate the fact that they've pulled you off the front line to do this. But the fact is that my lawyer has finally helped me out.
That's fine. I'm telling you now.
Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm coming off the road. But here, let's take a look at
I don't really care.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
There's no way you can't legally.
Yeah, I'm telling you to get off the road.
I'm off the road. That's
all
fine.
Of your people
all off the road. Come over here. But I'm
going back up to the state library.
No,
right?
Under the legislation, you're going to have to arrest me. I'm telling you.
We will arrest you.
Okay, but it is going to be the arrest is going to be unlawful direction.
Listen to me. You need to listen because it's starting to get a little out of control. If I've got to arrest you to prevent any more breaches of peace, we will.
No. See,
all right,
okay,
he's been dealt with.
I understand that. I appreciate that.
Our job, we've got enough to do without you causing any more trouble.
I understand that. I appreciate that. But I'm not the one causing trouble here. I appreciate. You know what? I am going to leave. I'm going to leave because I respect the fact that today it was unfair what's happened here. They shouldn't have been here. They shouldn't have been put in the position to be here. But I'm telling you now, I'm putting Victoria Police on notice because I can legally walk that way and I can take you to court and win it. Thank you for your service, guys. Thank you. There are 3 factors that are clearly, directly associated with the bushfires that you guys seem to be ignoring. Why?
And what's that?
Okay, so 1 is the Indian Ocean dipole. 2, the hazard reduction that the Greens don't allow to happen. 3, the arsonists.
God. Keep listening to Murdoch, bro.
I love Murdoch. He's my.
Of course you fucking would.
He's my grandfather. I find that offensive as a person of colour. What if we take the arsonists and we get them to legally change their names to climate change? And then we can all agree that climate change is responsible for the fires. What do you reckon?
That proves it. It's confirmed.
Good idea.
It's confirmed.
You've solved it. You've solved climate change.
I've solved the whole argument.
Figured it out.
Like, I don't want to stand here and sound like a cockhead, but I'm a genius.
It is smart. Very good, mate. Very good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your service. Have a good day. Enjoy the global warming. So there you have it. Climate change is absolutely responsible for the Victorian bushfires as soon as they change their names. Until then, I'm going to end today because I'm not going to make the work of Victoria Police any more difficult than it is today. As you saw, the geniuses here attacked me in the rain with water. Unlawful direction. Unlawful direction. Unlawful direction. So if you support the work we do here at TR News, if you don't want to see us go extinct, please go to tr.news/support. Otherwise, it's going to be up to these lot.
I'll look it up and find a way.
Did you get the hair under her arms? Get that hair under her arms.